I share what not to say, what not to do when you're cold outreaching to a prospect. This, you can tell in my voice, even when I'm talking about it, I get a little embarrassed. So please forgive all the extra ums because you can definitely tell in my delivery that it's real life. And I do feel a little embarrassed that I tried some of these tactics, but these are tactics that pros were teaching me how to do. All those mastermind courses that I invest in, right? Just like you. So these don't work. They came across very salesy, very sleazy, and I want you to avoid them. And then toward the end, I'm going to share my exact script. How do I actually get face to face with the restaurant owner? And it's a huge difference. You'll see.
Let's talk about how not to do this. This is actually very important. And if I'm to be 100% honest, a little bit embarrassing for me to share with you because I have done some of these things. So I've not only witnessed them, I am guilty of them because I've completed many a mastermind class, just like I am sure many of you have. And this is some of the advice you have heard to try. And it makes my skin crawl in comparison to the system that you're going to learn today. So one way is, to reach out to the restaurant owner and ask, hey, and I've totally done this and been guilty of this, that I'm too techie. Like I'm in my own agency mind that everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about. And then it makes perfect sense. But in reality, the restaurant owner has no clue what half the words you are saying when you're talking about prospecting and funneling and bots. And oh my gosh, so many things go right over their head because that is not where their head is. Their head is in their restaurant. Very intelligent people, but they are not agency minded like you are. So we can't talk to them like this, where we say, hey, have you ever run Facebook ads for your restaurant before? And then, I've asked that, something similar anyway. And then they're usually like, yeah, is there a problem? Because why else would I be asking, right? And then I'm like, nope. I manage restaurant marketing agencies. And I was wondering if I can help you drive customers, like giving a great reason, drive customers into your restaurant by setting up a mini chat bot that will automatically reply to your Facebook ads to build you a database of customers. Does that sound good? And like resounding, the owners are always like, nope. Or they just don't respond. That totally goes dead. Now, so many things in this conversation are wrong, but many of them are the fact that I'm using all this terminology that the restaurant is like, I have no clue what you're even talking about. Number two, I'm coming off very salesy here. This is not, I'm approaching a total stranger and expecting them to come on my first date with me right from the get-go. Not going to happen. The other thing is, to maybe say, oh, I've done this. I can't believe this was even suggested to me and I trusted that person. And I've totally done this. Let me know if you've done it too, because it might make me feel a little bit better. But to ask them about their pixel, like I'm not even going to read through this but to go to their webpage, realize by having that little pixel identifier on my shortcuts of my, browser bar up there, I can tell whether or not their Facebook pixel's installed and going ahead and suggesting, hey, I can install that for you for free as my freebie, like my something of value to give to them for free. Now that was sold to me as a great thing to do because you are giving them something of value, but guess what happens? Nope. The amount of no responses on that one is astounding. Okay. And then the other one would be, and I am proud to say I have not actually tested this one out by myself, but I have absolutely witnessed it, would be to go to that whole bait switch type of crappy thing where, you ask, hey guys, do you have a birthday special? Well, of course, the restaurant owner is going to assume it is your birthday and that you are a customer because that is where their mindset is. But then all of a sudden you're like, no, actually, I can actually help you drive ads to people who has birthdays. Yes, that's a powerful tool. And amazing that you know how to do that within your ad service. But this is not the way to go about getting a client. And then the last one would just be to be over the top salesperson. And I actually get this in my own inbox and it just makes me rub my forehead. But can your restaurant handle 50 or more customers a month? Well, yeah. Well, I have a proven system that attracts new customers for your restaurant. Can we chat? Again, really? I don't even know you and you're asking me out on a date. Not going to happen. You're going to get could it happen? Sure. There's always those extras, but are you going to get a high conversion rate? No, you're going to have to ask so many people out on that cold date. It's going to be ridiculous. It'd be like walking up to somebody at a bar that you've never met, not even buying them a drink first. Like you're just going, would you like to go out to dinner? Sure. Eventually you're going to find somebody that might say yes, but you're going to get so many no's first and it's a waste. You don't want to burn through your list. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to actually do it. And I always ask the same way. The same asking recipe is embedded in my brain and probably my soul because I've asked it so many times. And that's because it works.
it's important that you understand my process, right? So I have a social media, I call it a foodie blog, right? Where I just go and I feature different restaurants. So when I'm reaching out to them, what I'm essentially doing is I'm asking if I can feature them on my Facebook and Instagram page. So I'm going in and I'm, just recording information about their restaurant. And so you can see that I do it in all different formats. You don't have to be skilled at this. And in fact, I'm going to teach you step by step in the Grow Your Agency course, exactly how you do it, what equipment you need, literally everything, even a script, so you know what to say when you get there. But it doesn't even have to be restaurants. So in this case, I featured a local bookstore. I was meeting the owner there. Now, this is arranged, though. I don't just spur of the moment jump in there and go and visit them and expect to feature these restaurants. I reach out to them, and that is the script that I'm about to show and share with you. So you can see that on this social media page, though, I want to point out the fact that I'm not talking about my actual business. This is a foodie blog. The purpose of this foodie blog is for me to have an excuse. It's a tool for me to have an excuse to go and reach these restaurant and business owners. That is what it's for. That is all that it's for. So it's not talking about my ability to help them increase their sales, because most of my almost now 6,000 followers, they're just people in my community that want to find out about these restaurants that I'm featuring, right? So this particular page is just a tool and an excuse for me to go shake hands with a decision maker and restaurant owner. Then once I'm there, I can ask for an opportunity to tell them exactly what I do. So I'm going to teach you the exact script I use so I can actually set up this little date, is what I call it in my Grow Your Agency course. Set up this little encounter. Again, there's no sales happening in this encounter. I'm building a relationship and a friendship so that I don't have that awkward cold sales situation that, well, quite frankly, I suck at. So this building relationships, I can do that. I can build relationships. That I think I'm gifted at.
I'm going to teach you how to actually do it. And I always ask the same way. The same asking recipe is embedded in my brain and probably my soul, because I've asked it so many times. And that's because it works. Just bottom line, they always have the same components, although I may, ad lib them a little. This is extremely close to what I actually ask when I'm approaching a restaurant. So they're on my Dream 100 list. And now maybe I'm sending them a DM. That is usually where I start. And we're going to talk about the different methods in just a moment. But I would start this conversation by giving them a compliment. So something personal to their restaurant, whether that is, hey, I saw somebody post about your restaurant on this group, because now we're both in those groups, or maybe I'm just complimenting them on a post that they've made on their own page. But either way, I am giving them a compliment of some way, shape, or form, something that grabbed my attention about their restaurant. And then I'm just going to do a very precise and short introduction. I manage a Facebook page called, you would put your foodie page here. And if it's Instagram, obviously you would replace that, things of that nature. But I feature and interview local restaurants in the Kansas City area. That's what I do. I'm not an agency. I'm not getting them strong results. This is what I'm doing. Their guard is already down. The benefit to them is that it is a free opportunity to gain some publicity, share your story, and show off your food. And I like to always capitalize the word free so they don't miss that one. Then the kicker is, and where a lot of agency owners will go wrong, is I will ask an open-ended question so that they can't give me a yes or no answer. So I will ask them, what's the best way to contact the owner to ask if I can feature and then their restaurant name? And the reason that I do this is because I don't want a yes or no. Would you like to be featured? Yes. Now I have to ask for how. What I'm really wanting is the owner's contact information. That's what I want. That's what I need to ask for. So in order to do this, almost every single time, I will either get the owner's direct email address, which is not publicized on their Facebook or webpage. It's just their direct contact information. Or many times, I will also get their cell phone number right to the restaurant owner.
I hope you have found this video to be insightful and helpful and valuable to you. I know your time is important. I always enjoy a valuable video versus one that I leave with more questions than I started. So hopefully this has answered some questions about my prospecting journey and how I warm up my potential customers. And I encourage you to do something similar. Find a way that can really warm up your prospects before you ever pitch to them, because in doing so, what's going to happen is you're going to have a much higher conversion rate. You're also going to have a much better time. And we're all going to be entrepreneurs, so we enjoy our lives, right? So enjoy your job. This is a very fun way for me to reach out to potential customers, and the customers themselves only have positive things to say as well. So it's fun. I hope you're having fun with it as well. And I will see you guys later.